Hello and welcome to Newsfeed on Trust TV. My name is Dorcas Yakubuzala, bringing you trending stories that people are talking about and sharing around the globe today, and also their opinions on such issues. Tinubu expresses confidence in reforms as Nigeria's trade surplus hits 6.95 trillion naira. Tinubu approves 108 billion naira for states to tackle flood and erosion. CBN directs service providers to commence POS transaction tracking. Senegal President Diomaye Faye announces dissolution of parliament. Now, top on what's trending, President Bola Tinubu has welcomed the National Bureau of Statistics' new report, which states that Nigeria recorded another trade surplus in the second quarter of 2024, hitting 6.95 trillion naira. According to the report, the current surplus is 6.60% higher than the 6.52 trillion naira surplus recorded in the first quarter. In a statement by the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, President Tinubu expressed confidence in the reforms his administration is pursuing and believe they will create a more robust economy that will usher in a new era of prosperity for Nigerians. The NBS report, according to the presidential aide, reflects the country's strong export performance in the second quarter and comes just days after the country recorded almost 100% oversubscription of its first $500 million domestic bond and half-year revenue of 9.1 trillion naira. Now, responding to that, a netizen said, "It's always this type of news, but you don't feel the impact." Another said, "What is the exchange rate compared to the last 2 years?" Another person wrote, "Where is the gain on naira value if there is trade surplus? Trade surplus means exporting is higher than imports." Now, next on what's trending, President Bola Tinubu has approved 108 billion naira for the 36 states of the Federation to tackle flooding and other natural disaster. This was disclosed on Wednesday by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the State House in Abuja, the nation's capital. Receiving the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Speaker Abbas Tajuddin, the Vice President described the situation in Maiduguri as a national calamity. The President has shown his zeal, willingness, and commitment to partner with the state towards addressing these issues, Shettima said. Meanwhile, severe flooding in the northern-eastern Nigerian city of Maiduguri has claimed at least 30 lives and forced 400,000 people from their homes, officials said Wednesday. The death toll is 30, National Emergency Management Agency NEMA spokesman Ezekiel Manzo said, a day after water from an overflowing dam swept away thousands of homes in the capital city of Borno State. Now, someone said, "Hold the state accountable for once." Another said, "This would have been done earlier this year as a preventive measure. Why are we always reactive instead of proactive? We hope that our governors will not divert this." Someone advised, "Tackle insecurities and people will provide food for themselves." Now, next on what's trending, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has directed payment service providers to begin tracking all points of sale POS transactions. In a circular to all payment service providers, PSPs, on connectivity to payment terminal service aggregators, the Apex Bank gave PSPs a 30-day deadline to regularize with payment terminal service aggregators, PTSA. The circular dated September 11, 2024 was signed by Oladimeji Taiwo, CBN's Director of Payment Systems Management, as part of efforts to mitigate the concerns regarding channeling all POS transactions through a single aggregator. The CBN on April 19, 2024 granted a second PTSA license to Unified Payment Services Limited, UPSL, the circular partly stated. The CBN thereafter directed that acquirers are henceforth required to route all transactions from POS terminals at merchant and agent locations, whether on physical or electronic POS terminals, through any CBN licensed payment terminal service aggregator, PTSA. Now, a netizen said, "Bandits and kidnappers are online showing off millions of ransom. Go catch them." Another said, "I can't even remember the last time I withdrew at the ATM." Another wrote, "Talk and do policy for Nigeria. Same CBN that said they gave POS 60 days to register their POS on the CAC. Now, marketers of petroleum products in Nigeria reportedly wrote to President Bola Tinubu to complain that the price of Dangote refinery's diesel, which is at 900 naira per litre, is negatively affecting their businesses. Devakuma Edwin, Vice President Dangote Industries Limited, disclosed this on a Twitter Space session organized by Nairametrics. Petroleum product marketers in Nigeria have written to President Bola Tinubu to complain that the refinery local prices, which have dropped from 1,200 naira to 1,000 naira and now 900 naira per litre, are impacting their businesses negatively, he said. Edwin highlighted some of the challenges facing the Dangote refinery and its impact on Nigeria's fuel supply and prices. According to him, the refinery struggles to sell about 29 tankers of diesel per day due to low patronage from local petroleum product importers. As a result of this poor local patronage, the refinery exports most of its diesel and aviation fuel, he said. Edwin lamented that Dangote refinery started facing different challenges it never expected when the refinery was set to commence operations. Now, a netizen said, "Just mention their names and let Nigerians pay them courtesy visits just once." Another said, "But I really don't understand. I thought lower purchasing price is supposed to be a good thing for marketers, so how is it affecting them?" Another said, "Did they also complain that your petrol is too cheap?" Now, next on what's trending, the federal government has signed the Cape Town Convention CTC practice, which aims to reduce the cost of airline operations in the Nigerian aviation sector. The CTC practice direction was signed on Thursday by the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Toho, during a stakeholders meeting of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC, chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. With the signing of the CTC practice direction, the Cape Town Convention becomes actively and fully operational in Nigeria. This will, among other things, reduce the cost of insurance for airlines, restore investors' confidence in the nation's aviation sector, and enable domestic airline operators to dry lease aircraft. These developments followed the federal government's position that the United States did not place a ban on any Nigerian airline. And let's go on a quick break. We'll be back in no time. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's Newsfeed. Now, Lagos State Police Command has arrested an 18-year-old boy, Michael Ogbogu, for allegedly blackmailing a teenage girl using her nude pictures. Ogbogu was arrested on September 11, 2024, after the 17-year-old victim's family reported the incident. The spokesperson of the command, SP Benjamin Hundeyin, who confirmed the arrest, stated that Ogbogu, a former schoolmate of the victim at Igbo Efon College, Ibeju Lekki, took nude screenshots during a video conversation. The suspect used the images to demand more nude content, sex, and money from the victim and her parents, the PPRO said. The suspect was arrested and he has made confessional statements. The case is under investigation and further developments will be communicated. The suspect's actions are unacceptable and we will ensure justice is served, he added. Now, responding to that, someone said, "People are talking about the age of the guy and missing out on the real issue here. A 17-year-old underage girl making nude video calls at her age and engaging in sexual activities, and people are not condemning that. If she had abstained from such acts, would the guy have taken advantage of her? Please, parents need a lot to do with these kids of nowadays. We leave too much undone in this respect. How can a young man of 18 be involved in blackmailing and extortion, for Christ's sakes? Parents, train your words with good manners and keep a keen eye on their activities." Another person said, 18 years old, what's going on? Who do we blame now? Another opined, how did he get her nudes? Please, I won't stop saying this. We are first Africans before modernization. When society was good, teenagers have no business dating. Now marry straight up. Let's stop emulating Western culture that has done more harm than good to our morals. Parents of this generation have failed. Now, next on what's trending, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has solidified his position in the People's Democratic Party leadership crisis as a National Working Committee endorsed the Rivers State Congress. Wike's loyalists within the PDP NWC not only secured the approval but also postponed the National Executive Committee meeting originally set for September 26 to October 24, which could have overturned the decision. The PDP NWC, led by acting national chairman Umar Damagum, made this decision during a meeting at the party's national headquarters, Wadata Plaza, in Abuja on Thursday. The NWC meeting had been delayed for the past 3 weeks amid rising tension within the party, especially between former Rivers State Governor Wike and the PDP Governors Forum over the status of Rivers State Party Congress. Now, a netizen said, "That is what you get when you are not loyal to your helper. Regardless of what Wike has done to Fubara, he should have managed him for his first 4 years in prison. Don't come for me, I'm not praising Wike here." Another said, "Once Fubara changes party, this whole plan go just scatter." Another person opined, "PDP is not serious. As things are now, Labour is the only opposition." Now, Apple on Thursday got a green light from US regulators to add a feature that would lead upcoming AirPods Pro earpieces be used as hearing aids, potentially disrupting that market. Earlier this week, the company added AirPods Pro 2 to its lineup, touting a pending software upgrade that will let people test their hearing and then get assisted listening for everyday life as well as streaming online. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, on Thursday authorized the hearing aid feature for the devices, noting that a study showed users found them as beneficial as professionally fitted ones. Along with the new feature, the AirPods Pro 2 used with iPhones or iPads will be able to test hearing and create a user's hearing profile stored privately in an Apple Health app. A test takes about 5 minutes, with users tapping an iPhone or iPad screen when they hear tones at various volumes and frequencies. The results are then used to calibrate the hearing aid. Finally, Senegal's President Bassirou Diomaye Faye on Thursday announced he had dissolved the opposition-dominated parliament and set new legislative elections for November 17th. "I have dissolved the National Assembly to ask the sovereign people for the institutional means that will allow me to give substance to the systematic transformation that I promised them," Faye said on national television. "Today, more than ever, the time has come to open a new phase in our term," the 44-year-old head of state said. Faye swept to a presidential victory in March 2024 on a promise of radical change for the West African nation. Along with his Prime Minister, Ousmane Sonko, Faye ran on a ticket of sovereignty and leftist pan-Africanism, raising the hopes of young people in a country where 3/4 of the population is under 35. But government action has so far been hampered by the lack of a majority in parliament. Now, responding to that, someone said, "One would wonder under what legal authority he executed it." Another said, "Why dissolve opposition parliament? If you are wrong, nobody is going to go against you then. Let's see how it goes. He might have a reason, Sha." Another person opined, "Dissolve all corrupt organizations and parliaments." And now to a funny video of a little girl trying to help with cleaning. Take a look. And that's it. You're up to date with trending stories across the world. Follow us and subscribe to all our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X. Until next time, goodbye.